Hi guys, hello. Um, I don't even know what day it is to tell you the truth. I think it's the 27th or the 28th. I'm not sure, but it is Monday. So it is a marvelous miracle Monday, motivational Monday, a day to get things done that we need to do. And of course, we're going to talk about my sister's keeper event, which is coming up September the 16th. This is the event that God has truly poured down in my spirit. And the theme for it is "She is Me," meaning that each of us have a part of their sister in them. Each of us, as the human race, has some part of the other in one another. Something you've gone through, something you're going through now, what the future might hold for you, the experiences that you've had. All of these pertain to looking inside to see where you can get your help from. But here in the last few weeks, you know, usually when you're about to do something big, there's challenges that come. There's usually the spirit of depression or something like that that tries to get in your way, or you have this melancholy. And I should have looked that word up to see exactly what it meant. You kind of, you know, and I'm excited. Oh God just works with me so much when I'm doing something, but then I get that little space, just that little bit of space, and that may be that doubt space that can you pull this off? Of course I can, because I've been prepared for this. I've been preparing for this, and if God had not put it in me to have this event for women, about women, pouring into women, mind, body, and soul, then He would not make it so. And so here we go, and I'm in this space, right? I'm in this space. But what it's done for me has allowed me to take a good look at myself. So the event is September the 16th, 2023, and it's at Bible World Christian Center. Uh, you can check in at 9:30 or 9 o'clock, and the event will start at 9:30. We'll be doing preliminary stuff where you could get some juice, maybe some donuts, some fruit, or pastries or something like that. So you'll have a snack right before we get to lunch. Um, and lunch will be served at 11 o'clock. I've already established that with the caterers and the service for the catering, for our lunch and stuff like that. So I want you guys to come out. The event cost is $150. You say, well, why I'm gonna spend my $150? I could do something else with, because it's something that's going to pour into you. I promise you, if I could do this for free, I certainly would. I would do it for free, because God has poured it into me. Um, but I can't. But I can't. And I just know there are people out there that this is for. And when you come, you will not waste your time. We're going to have gifts, games, surprises, as well as some fantastic swag bags. And I'll put a flyer up. And once you see the flyer, you can cash out me the fee, which is $150 at dollar sign TABWMS 40. TABWMS 40. That's my cash app. All right. And some of y'all come to the door, you can pay at the door. I'm fine with that. Either way it go, I'm good. Okay. And at the time, you need to let me know your shirt size so we can accommodate those things too as well. All right. I'm so excited about all of that stuff and what's going to be going on. We're going to have dynamic speakers, people who care about women from head to toe, people who care about people. And if you love yourself, and I know you do, my function is to love you. My function is to operate to make you better. But first, I got to be good too. Before I do anything for anybody else, I got to take care of Tab. So if God didn't free me and clear me to take care of me first, I could not do it for you. So this operation overflow, we're overflowing right now to be able to do this for you. But I've been going through some things, and I want to start with this particular scripture. I think it's John, and and it talks about being fruitful. And so we're going to go to John 15 and 2, and this is the amplified reading of the word. Jesus says, every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away. And every branch that continues to bear fruit, he repeatedly prunes it so that it will bear more fruit, even richer and finer fruit. Pruning is vitally important for us to grow in our walk with Jesus. And I wanted to touch on that because I think that lately I've been having some things just fall back in my memory. Some of it is from when I was a pre-K, and I probably hadn't thought about it in years. But my mom was here, and we were talking about this, and everybody know I'm spoiled. Everybody know I am spoiled, right? Still spoiled today. And so whenever I went to school, the it had this one lady. I could almost see the envision of her hair, the way it was cut. I knew she wore glasses. And my sister April and I were in the same class, which it didn't matter if she was there or not because I was a crybaby. I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. And they took her out of the class with me. Now, mind you, I'm a year older than she is, but that's just who Tab was. And that woman must have just had enough of me. And she whipped my behind like I can't stand this kid. I can't stand her. And I remember that. That's when I started. She triggered something in me that made me become independent tab. They took my sister away, number one. And then it made me become independent. That was God in one of the examples that I'm gonna give you is God's pruning me. And even though it was painful, even though it was a hard lesson to learn to have something taken away from me, um, even though I feel like today, when I think about it, that it was something maybe she needed to do it that way, but it was like I can't stand that kid. I'm sick of this every day. And that may not have been her feelings, but when she after she did that, she went down and sat next to the other lady and said, I done had enough of her with all that crying all day long. And she looked back at me after she did it and rolled her eyes. Those are the things that I remember. I can't tell you till today if I remember the lady. I don't remember her name. And I just happened to mention that to Mama. And Mama said, I wish you would have told me that. It'd have been on us. Good thing she didn't know that had happened to me. But what it did was everything that's happening right now, I feel like God is pruning me because he's digging up old wounds to be healed so that I can be fruitful, because this is an experience that happened to me as a kid that I didn't even know I was still carrying around. And that is something to carry around with you. That's something for you to, it's in the back of your head, but you didn't even know that it was something that affected you. But what triggered the memory is that I had to write a bio for myself for my Sister's Keeper event that's coming up. And sometimes we get lost because we don't know how to introduce ourselves. Oh, I am. Yes, I am a child of God. I am God's daughter. That's who I am. I'm here to operate in love for his people. But I couldn't tell you that a little bit ago. I couldn't tell you I could tell you whose mother I was, whose wife I am, but who is Tabitha? Who is Tabitha? Who where do I find myself in this place we call this earth world, and who people know me as. But people know me as a loving, kind person that cares about people, that want to do good for people. And through all those things, yes, I gained some titles in those things. I'm the wife of Reverend Minister Raymond Johnson. I am a mother to four beautiful children, grandmother to 18 children, a Medicare insurance advisor, a an author, founder of my Sister's Keeper group. But more than anything, I am uh, I am God's daughter. I am placed here on assignment to show love to his people, and that's who I am. And God is constantly pruning me. He's brought things up out of me lately that I didn't know was still festering in my spirit, or in my soul, because those things are here to hinder and to block. And so when the Spirit of the Lord comes upon me to start to purge all these things, what he's doing, he's pruning me. He's taking his time now to get all these things off of me, all these little bitter roots that I might be holding on to, all the little broken branches and broken areas in my heart that may need to be mended. And see, ladies, you need to come to a realization that these are the things you need to do. Even if it's a little thing that's in your life that you're holding on to, that means it's something that's festering in there that needs to be released. All of us hold on to sometimes childhood trauma. Like I said before, I was in a relationship with somebody and they had gotten into some kind of domestic violence with another person, and I just happened to be there because anyway, it's complicated. Anyway, but in the process of that, some truths were told, and when the truths were told, their attorney went over to them and said, "You're gonna have some problems with her." And they said in their cocky, arrogant way, uh, "We'll be out." Oh, I ain't worried about that. What that made, when the lady mentioned it to me on another day, that when we were at court, what it made me feel like, wow, they really think they holding me down like that, that everything or anything that they'll ever do me, that I'll accept. And as I said last time when we talked about that for a little while, it was true. But then I start to recognize that God had such a better, a more, uh, a bigger role for me to play, not only in my own life, because first He was talking to me when I didn't understand, again, my purpose, how beautiful I am in and out. More than anything, more beautiful inside, because our beauty changes. I was just going through a little video I made on, it's on my Facebook Reels, and they had pulled back up almost 12 years of photographs and how I have changed. And so beauty, uh, physical beauty changes as you age. So we're talking about 13, almost 14 years ago of pictures. I want to say almost leaning in more into 13 than 14 years ago of memories of a face that has done a lot of changing. Hey, some might say for the better, some might say for the worse, some might say not at all. But I'm looking at it. I know who Tab is. And back then I knew in every one of those pictures what I was going through and how I was feeling about me. And none of those pictures can compare right now to how I love myself right now. So when I see that the love for myself, how God is pruning me, how He's taking me and making me better so that I can produce better fruit. I want the relationships that I have right now. I don't have a whole lot of very close women friend or not anything like that. But the ones I have, I cherish. I love my sisters, and the thing that God is graduating me to is that I love you guys. I actually love you guys. I want to pour into you and I want to receive from you, because I don't want my cup of running on empty at no point in my life. Um, because if we on half full, or we just may be right there at the rim of the cup, still and all. If that cup is not overflowing, I promise you, I cannot help you. I can't give you anything that I don't have myself. When I get to work with my husband as he's going through his challenges right now, when I get to work with him, I have to check my attitude. I have to be sure that I'm in the right frame of mind, because that may be something that triggers something he has going on that day. And because he's had a brain injury, it could cause him to have a little bit of a setback. So if I'm not in the right frame of mind, and then I go in and talk to him, and he's not in the right frame of mind because he's sick, uh, then we're gonna have a problem. And I know that. So the things that that cause those issues or problems, I know that I need to make sure I'm checking it at the door. And that's how God does us. He check things for us at the door. He makes sure that we're okay. So if he has to prune me and constantly bring up these old things that I've been dealing with, then I'm gonna sit here and work through them, because I know at the end of the day, all he's doing is pruning me so that I can produce better fruit. And that's our whole goal here. My Sisters Keeper event, September the 16th. The main focus for it is to produce better fruit. You know, it's it's to make you better than you were when you walked in that door. I promise you, some people might be saying, I'm just going because I'm supporting Tab. You might be saying that that's what you're coming for. But when you leave, you're gonna say, God, I'm so glad I spent the time here. I'm so glad I took this time out for me, because it's like a big time self care Saturday. Okay, let's have a fantastic time. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's go and let's come together, fellowship, have fun, play games, receive information, and on the other side of it, you may just find out that yes, I knew I should have came here. I knew if I'm just going to sewing the Tab, then thank you. I appreciate you so much. But Tab is sewing into you too. This is called reciprocation. Yes, I love all y'all. I want y'all to be there. I want y'all to come. I want y'all to enjoy yourself. I want you to have the words on your lips to talk about how wonderful it was being there. I want that for you. And I'm doing everything I can to make sure that it's special. Because on the other end, you better believe I get the satisfaction of knowing that I have been obedient to God. And overall, the whole process, it's not about me. The whole process is really about being obedient to what God has told me. Because He told me months ago when Ray went down with this stroke that the assignment is still the assignment. And that means that work continues, church continues, my sister keepers continue, life continues, Tab. I knew this was gonna happen. And so now you gotta trust me through the process. That's where I am. So I love y'all. Let me give y'all one more scripture. It's leaning on the same thing. It's Psalm. Oh. Can't put I got my right eye is a little irritated for some reason. It's really bothering me a little bit. But in Psalm, they said it's Psalm 131. It's every branch that does not bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. So as he's pruning me now and having me to feel some things that I've stored away, I thank him. I don't like it. And I'm not supposed to like it, because when we become uncomfortable, when we get too comfortable in a situation, that's when they slam down the hammer on you. All the surprises that you didn't expect, all the things that happened that you were like, wow, I didn't see it coming. He opens your eyes to all of that. And he makes you aware that all this stuff is important to you in your life and where you're going. He has a plan for you. And if you come through the door at my Sister's Keeper event, she is me, September the 16th, 2023, you're going to see your plan unfold before your eyes. Or you may just come to eat, have fun, and fellowship with some of your girlfriends. Y'all come make a day out of it. Make it a big self-care Saturday, 1771 North Lobdell. See you checking in, walking in at 9 o'clock, 9:30, and we're going to get started immediately. I'm not going to try to hold you all day so you'll just think you're blowing your day. You're not going to blow your day. You're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to have good food, and we are going to love on you guys. All right. We'll see you then, and I hope that you will make it a conscious effort to join us. I love y'all.